Hello Gemini, welcome to a timeless Justice for Gemini reading where we discuss however the energies of justice would like to be disclosed via one of the sister energies that I read for, which is Sekhmet. Bear in mind that in doing so, the energies may come off as merciful or merciless, and it is imperative that you remember that you've tapped into a collective general reading, and this is not a personal one-to-one, so using your discernment is important to take all the bits and pieces that resonate with you and leave anything behind with the reading that may not have resonated. A bit more clarity about me is that I am 7th, aka Master 7th, that reads these energies for you. Should you want to know who and what she is, there is more details to be found in the description box below. However, I am a master healer that provides remote wellness alignments and tarot intuitive insights. There are other various links within the description box to help you navigate the two sister energies that I read for. More specifically, in regards to this reading, please remember that feminine and masculine energies are non-gender specific. However, that femininity encapsulates feminine and masculine energies, and masculinity also encapsulates feminine and masculine aspects. All right, Justice for Gemini. Let's get into your reading. Crystals. All right. If a crystal is in front of a mirror and that mirror is in your bedroom, I would suggest that you move it. Move it away, a minimum of 6 feet away from the mirror. The Emperor. We're starting off with the Emperor here. So, all right. You've been on some shit for a very long time, Gemini. Okay, that's not for nothing. You've dealt with a lot of changes via people. There's a lot of new people that have come and gone in the last 3 years of your life. And they all each have varying aspects of lessons to teach you in this process, all to get you closer to being able to define what home is for you. And I think that's a great question to begin with. What is home for you, Gemini? Because whatever that is however far away you can define that wellness for yourself right now, and whether or not you feel successful in having that. And are you closer to that being the thing that you had wanted to say you wanted to become with a decision made a few years ago? This isn't like yesterday's decision and today's outcome. This is today's stages of evolution through years ago decision making. And you're taking everything for the valuable lessons that it can offer you. It makes you very highly magical at this time. I was saying magical because now I'm seeing it from the Magician. But it is making you a trendsetter, okay? Yes, it's allowing you to be in routines that are familiar. It takes familiarity to not feel like you are so unique that you're an outlier and don't matter. You do, and we do as a collective, may need other resources, other likeness, other things that are like us, or alike, or in likeness, that can help feed an inner engine of that could, right? And that where you give yourself permission to be, that to try, to become, to show up, to breathe, to reflect, to admit, to get angry, to get sad, to be a human being. There's sometimes resources that are required to help flourish that type of behavior, right? Is everything at our favor all the time? No. However, is everything a lesson? So much so we don't necessarily want them to be, right? So is it all a true being, true alignment? Yes. Is it navigated by you? Absolutely. However, is it controlled by you? That's the teetering question, right? That's why we can either look for like theology and want to know who and what is causing this, or it could be more here, this denomination, who are you in a weird symbiosis or a tug of war in a relationship that is teetering with your sense of expression and sense of identity and loyalty to that devotion of expression and authenticity? What are you submerged in within an individual's construct of how they would like for you to be or how they would like for you to react, rather than you being in their vicinity in the same level, seeing eye to eye and being judged by judging? Like, this is not a dog-eat-dog world. However, a lot of those aspects is about being in a dog-eat-dog world, right? And there's two opposing forces that always are in question to solidify a deal. Whether that's positive and negative is part of the deep-rooted illusion of the back force of how two things are always needed to get to a finite decision. Okay, and that is the teetering issue. That's where the heart may say what it wants, the gut instinct may do what it wants and react how it would, and the mind is trying to understand all the complexities of maybe itself, of the heart, or the gut. So there are multidimensional ways to have an experience. And you have been needing to be on this journey where you see different clashes of personalities and different cliches of cultures and maybe even religions and otherness of you, to teach you the oneness of diversity, of how separate and equal all of it is, and how you must also agree to show up in your 100% of authenticity to be 100% unique to the situation. And that is the challenge. That is where you are continuously catapulted in situations that the onlooker would be like, all right, I think you've gone on too long on this pattern. And you're like, secretly though, I'm kind of liking the kick in the ass that I'm getting here. And that's sort of a good thing. Like, we're not here to appease the other. We're not here to appease unfruitful outcomes here, okay? We want to get the force in the center that has a challenging ability to feed all of that. How do we get closer to that? Yeah? And whatever that is, may that be the quest of self-discovery for yourself and the myriad of ways of self-expression of that which it is that you are. You are meant to dabble and accept all of them. Your ego is trained well enough to be able to handle all of that, because your ego so far has paved all the very ways up to this very moment. So give your ego some credit that it does have a power punch of a lot of fucking information, a lot of fucking experiences, and a lot of perceived assumptions of the very next moment. Give yourself a bit more credit to build a dialogue with that, because the soul self and the ego self need to learn how to be closer in a relationship to one another for you to not feel so lost when maybe if you look closer into the lens of feeling lost, you don't necessarily actually have to feel as lost as you entertain that notion. Maybe it's actually a teetering thought of something else, but your immediate thought of thinking that that's what it is taking over and diminishing what it truly actually is. And that's the energies of the King of Cups. All right, that's where he, she, it is becoming the master of figuring out the level of power of one thought from another, the power of needing to show up and show out and put forth and put in, of one fleeting moment of a thought of pain, then another. And that's the cycle of pain and chaos that you can very much develop a heightened sense of intelligence around and have it teach you myriad, like a lot. It can teach you a lot, all right? Because we have the Devil, the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Five of Wands. It will teach you a lot. But the best way that you can say that you can teach yourself is what I said in the beginning. You learn best through individuals who have a chance to teach you something in the face value that you need to just be triggered by. For the rest of the residual thought matter, the emotional matter, your physical desire of what can come and what can be left behind, for it to catch up. Like you're taking notes and you're pulling weight. That's for sure. All right. We have Cancer, protection. You're pulling more weight than not, right? Like that's the wisdom of the Cancer. Yes, coming through. We have gratitude, waning gibbous. And I'm being told that that's it. So here you go. Look at the energies of these cards and allow them to speak to you however they would like to showcase themselves. All right. And with that being said, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.